Hello everyone. I hope you all are safe and healthy. Today, in 11th Commerce Accountancy, we are going to discuss chapter number 1, Accounting and its terminology. Before starting with the chapter, let me introduce myself. My name is Pratik Majmudar. I have done BCom, MCom with double gold medal, MPhil in the field of commerce, and presently I am pursuing my PhD in the field of commerce. I have 5 years of experience, in which 2 years I have worked as a banker and 3 years as experience of teaching. Let's start with the chapter. Let me give you a brief introduction about the chapter. Now, you have heard the word barter system. Barter system means you are exchanging the products against the product, or you are exchanging the product against any kind of services. Now, the barter system was prevailing in the economy due to the absence of money as a medium of exchange. In the ancient time, there was no coins, there was no any kind of currencies in the market. So what we are doing, we are exchanging our products or exchanging our services to each other. But after implementation of money, the medium of exchange is become money, and we are using currency coins, we are using currency notes. So that will help us to be start with the business, and there will be uniformity in the business. Now, when you are starting to understand the accounts, you have to learn these two terms. One, that is economic transaction, and second, that is monetary transaction. Now, what is called as economic transaction? When the transactions are made through the money, they are called as economic transaction. When you are starting any kind of business or you are doing anything, but where the terms money is there, then it will be considered as an economic transaction. Let's take an example. You have 100 rupees and you went to a fruit shop. You have taken 1 kg of apple and you have given 100 rupees to the shopkeeper. So that is considered as an economic transaction because you have made the transaction with the help of money. Now, second definition, when the transaction is made with the help of money as a medium, then it is also known as monetary transaction. So in accountancy, we are only going to record the transaction which has a consideration in return. Consideration, that means money in return. The transactions are going to be recorded. So economic transaction and monetary transactions I have explained you. Now let us see some history about the accounting. Indian historian Chanakya and Western historian Mr. Luca Pacioli from Italy. These two persons have given some idea about accounting. Indian historians have described the economic of Chanakya and explained the existence and significance of accounting in his book. Same way, the Western historians have given the credit for the same to the mathematician Mr. Luca Pacioli of Italy, related with the field of accounting. He was the amazing mathematician. Now, what is called as accounting? A method or a system which is maintained to keep accounts, that is called as accounting. When you are preparing any kind of accounts, you are maintaining any kind of account, that will be considered as your accounting. We can also know accounting as a bookkeeping work. This is also called as bookkeeping. As science, physics, mathematics, everything has some rules and regulations. Same way accounting has its own rules and regulation. Let's take an example. A trader has purchased goods of rupees 10,000. Let's take it by a name. For example, Pratik went to a shop. He has purchased few shirts, new shirts of rupees 10,000. He got some transportation expenses for purchasing their shirts from Vadodara, that is 2,000 rupees. And he back to the Dharmash. The total expenses occurred for getting this particular goods, that is 12,000. And same goods he is selling to the market in rupees 15,000. So it is easily to be understood he has earned some profit. How much profit he has earned? 15,000 he has sold the goods and 12,000 the total expense. 10,000 for the costing of purchasing the goods plus 2,000 that he has paid for the transportation. The total is 12,000. So 15,000 minus 12,000, that is 3,000 rupees he has made a profit. This is also called as bookkeeping. When you are maintaining this kind of accounts, it will be considered as a accounting thing. Now, the definition of accounting is given by two different institutes. One, that is American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, AICPA, and second is given by the American Standard Council, ASC. Now it is written in a single line form, but I have divided it in five different parts, so you are able to remember it very easily. The same what you see in the definition, you are going to see in the characteristics. Now starting with the first line, accounting is an art of recording. Very easy to understand. Accounting is the art of recording. For example, let's see the previous example. I have purchased goods of rupees 12,000. Total amount, that is 10,000, and I have sold it in 15,000. So 3,000 is your gain or profit. So what we are doing, we are recording the things. We are recording the things. So accounting is an art of recording. Classifying, that means as per the requirement, we will classify these things. Same way, we will summarize it in a different manner. And in terms of money, money should be there. It should not be in the quantitative form. It should not be in the qualitative form. Everything should be in terms of money. Then the transactions and events which are part of financial character. There should be a financial character of any of the thing which you are recording in the books of account. And finally, what we are doing? We are interpreting and finding the results from that. So that is called as accounting. So it is easiest definition which you have to learn. Accounting is an art of recording, classifying and summarizing in a significant manner, and in terms of money, transactions and events which are part of financial character, and interpreting the results thereof, that will be called as accounting. This definition is given by American Institute of Certified and Public Accountants, AICPA. Now let us see the second definition. So second definition is given by American Standard Council, ASC. Now, same way I have make some brackets in this definition. It is a service activity. First, it is a service activity. Its function is to provide the quantitative. This is not the qualitative word. It is quantitative. Quantitative, that means in the numerical forms. Quantitative information, primarily financial in nature. You have seen in the previous definition the same word they have used, that is financial character. Same here, it is in financial in nature. Plus about the economic entities. Economic entity, that means the entities which are working. Entities, that means the business which are working with the help of money. Money. Okay. So economic, money, entities, that means firm or business. So any of the economic activities which is entitled in the entities, that will be going to be work in accounting. Same, that is intended to be useful for making economic decisions. Finally, what you are doing, you are making any kind of economic decisions. So this is the definition which is given by the American Standard Council, ASC. Now see the whole definition together. It is a service activity. Its function is to provide quantitative information, primary financial in nature, about economic entities, that is intended to useful making economic decisions. Now let us see, the both definition is given by the American Institute, same way here American Standard Council. So what we are doing, we are Indians, we are not doing anything. So we have a particular institute for making this kind of definition. Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, ICAI. So ICAI in India is working for making accounting very easy. Now see, here are the characteristics of accounting. Basically there are 7 characteristics of accounting. If you see the definition properly, you are able to understand characteristics very easily. Let us start with the first one. First one, that is financial characteristics. Second, money as a medium of exchange. Third, classification and analysis of transactions. Fourth, interpretation of transactions. Fifth one, that is quantitative information. Sixth, economic decision. And seventh one, that is historical information. This question can be asked for 2 marks or 3 marks in the examination. So give more importance to this particular question. Let's start. Let us see in detail. First one, financial characteristics. Now what is called as financial characteristics? Any kind of transaction, any kind of event which are recorded in accounting must be measurable in the monetary value. That means anything which you are interpreting or which you are adding, that should be monitored in value. That means everything can be monitored. It has some value in money. Let's take an example. For example, you have purchased 10,000 kilo of grain from the farmer and you have paid rupees 20,000. So you are going to measure the value, not the quantity. That means in financial accounting or in accounting, you have to show the data of 10,000 rupees paid for this. Second, money as a medium of exchange. Now let us understand, any kind of transaction or event in accounting come into existence through the usage of money. Something in return should be there. It should be money only. When you are making any kind of transaction, if money is there, then you can call this as an accounting. Let's see the third one, the classification and analysis of transaction. When you are making any kind of transaction and when you are recording anything in the books of accounts, whether it has divided in different types, so you have to record it as per its types. Let's take an example. If you have a big business and for example you have a shirt manufacturing company, you are a wholesaler in the market, you are manufacturing the thing and you are selling it to the small retailers. Now few people will come to you for taking the goods in cash form, some will come in credit form. We will use non-cash as a credit word. So we have to classify that as per their rules. The cash accounts have different rules, same way the credit accounts or the creditor has a different rule. So what we are doing, we are classifying and analyzing the transaction as per the requirement of that particular account. Okay, let's see the fourth one, interpretation of transaction. What we are doing after we are creating our rules and regulation of accounting and after preparing the accounts, finally what we are doing, we are interpreting it and we are coming on, we are analyzing the whole details about the information. We are going to disclose the details and we are going to analyze the figures and finally we are come on the conclusion. Let's take the first example we have taken. We have purchased goods of rupees 10,000, then the transportation cost of rupees 2,000. We have sold that goods in 15,000 and we have gained rupees 3,000. So what we have done? We have done here the interpretation related the transaction. What we have interpreting, that we can sell the goods of rupees 12,000 in 15,000, from which we can earn 3,000 as a profit. We have minimum 2,000 as a transportation expense if we purchase goods from Baroda. So these are some interpretation which we can make with the help of accounting. Fifth one, that is quantitative information. The information which are recorded in the accounts, that is only in monetary form. It is only in monetary form. It is not in the qualitative form. It is always in a quantitative form. So all the information which are quantitative in nature, that is only going to be recorded in the books of accounts. And sixth one, that is economic decision. So after interpreting, after making any kind of information, the stakeholders, that means the people who are working in a business or creditors, debtors, any of the person who have invested their money into your firm, they can make decisions by seeing your accounting work. So if you prepare proper accounting, the decision will be in your hand, that how many people are going to invest in your business, how many people are going to work with you, they are going to make good relations in the terms of business with you. That is depends only on the base of accounting. So if you make proper accounting, that will be helpful in nature. Seventh one and the last one for today's session, historical information. Now what is called as historical information? In accounting, all past transactions and events are recorded. Everything which is happened in past, you have to record it. For example, if you have purchased any kind of furniture for the business, for example 20,000 you have paid for that, so that is to be written in the books of accounts. Now if the price of that particular goods has increased or decreased, you are not going to mention it in the books of accounts. You have to show only the historical information, that means past information. Accounts will be prepared on the basis of history, represent historical information and results. Finally, what will happen in history, we are going to record it in the books of accounts, and same way accounting has a relation with the historical information. So that are the 7 different characteristics. One, that is financial characteristics. Second, money as a medium of exchange. Classification and an analysis of transaction. Interpretation of transaction. Quantitative information. Economic decision and historical information. These all are the characteristics of accounting. And finally, this is the accounting cycle. What you are doing, these are the steps you are going to follow in the books of accounts. First one, you are recording the information. Second, you will classify that information. Classification will be there. Third, you will analyze the whole information. Fourth one, you will come on a conclusion after seeing all this information. Fifth, you will interpret that information, and as per the interpretation you are going to prepare the reports. Okay, so this is the whole accounting cycle, and accounting is working as per that. So this is end of the session. This is the first part of our first unit of standard 11th commerce accounts. I hope you have liked, share and subscribe to the channel. I request every student to share it maximum and share it to the students who have given their 12th examination and who are planning for 11th commerce. As many as it reach, it will improve my motivation, and I will going to make more videos on accounting. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.